Yo guys, welcome back to a new what if. Now, this is a challenging what if. This may be a one shot because just by how much, it's gonna be kind of difficult, but I'll try my best, alright? Now, this is what if Alchemy replaced Chakra. Now, a ton of stuff, like over the top. This is like the one time I tried to make a what if cultivation was in Naruto. Like this is what I'm trying to make a video called what if cultivation replaced the Chakra, bro. I could not do that because cultivation has like, I'm not trying to explain it, but like cultivation is really confusing and I would not be able to explain that. Now this is what if Alchemy was what if Alchemy replaced Chakra. So now yeah, let me explain what basically you're going to change in this what if. Now there is no Kaguya, there is no six paths, alright, but we will have somewhat of a representation of the sage of six paths, if you know what I mean. The Akatsuki would be known as the Renshi Suki, and their goals would be explained well in the series, of course. Not now, so you'll basically understand what I mean. Now I will be giving some of the old Jin Cherokees or some other people, but there's no tail beast, alright? There's no tail beast, just saying that. I will be giving them Philosopher Stones just because, just to like a compensation because they don't have a tail beast. Now, if I'm saying the word properly and I'm not being dumb, Naruto is gonna get racial profiled. I'm not sure if I'm 100% correct, but if I'm using the word correctly, Naruto is going to be racial profiled a lot, alright? I'm still gonna keep the village system and the teams, as I can't figure out a way to do this what if without keeping at least those two things. I would be keeping the exams just because for like most story or whatever. I will be keeping exams. You'll find out what is the use for that. Now, you can kind of guess why Naruto is going to be racial profiled a lot. But if you can't right now, let's just say that Kushina and Minato did something, alright, that led to their deaths, alright? And you can probably, if you watch the anime, you can probably piece it together in your head what that means. If not, I'm just gonna say one thing: transmutation. Now, you gotta figure out the first word, alright? It's a four-letter word? Yeah. Nah. It's not four-letter word. It's a five-letter word, never mind. Five letters. Now, I don't really think that's everything that I need to say. If I said that Sage users get, I'm not sure what it says, but Sage users, they do get Philosopher Stone. So that does mean Tsunade, Orochimaru, and Jiraiya are getting Philosopher Stones. And that's gonna be it. Oh yeah, there is no clans. There is no clan system. There's none of that. We're having no Sharingan, no Dojutsu. Like, there is legit none of that, alright? None of that. There's absolutely none. I'm not really good on my Full Metal Alchemist details, so if it kind of sounds like I'm making up something, I probably am, but probably not at the same time. So just forgive me on that part, alright? I'll probably will have to actually make up a lot of stuff in this series, so for diehard fans, I am very sorry. Anyways, so I'm not sure if I should get in the video now or record it later, as you know, life always to get in the way of something, and that's just how it be. So I'll just record for you guys. It's not like I'm just gonna cut the video, go do it, probably go sleep, come back, and then record. Like, I would never ever do something like that to you guys. Like, what? Seriously, come on. Like, it's not like I'm about to. Yeah, I actually never did that, but because I just thought about it, and I'm gonna explain the full backstory of what I'm gonna do first. Then y'all go into the next what if in the next part, right? So back then, remember, no Kaguya, no Otsutsuki. Back then, our God, we're not sure what to call him, but he mostly takes up one form, or takes up a similar form. Maybe you or a family member, or just himself. Or he does not have a true form, and these are just copy clones. Who knows? Now, this God, he sent down these stones bit by bit all over the earth. Now, these stones wouldn't be found all together at once. No. They'll be found over time, individually. Of course, some would shatter. It's alright, I guess. But the moral of the story. Why did I say moral of the story? Oh my goodness, what's going through my head? I had a good word, but why did I say moral of the story? That's so dumb. But like, you get the gist, alright? And so, people have done these. Well, no, actually, the first human to do these little circle things was this man named Hagoromo. Now, people call him the transmutation elder or philosopher. Now, we're not talking about the philosopher's stone. Basically, the philosopher that made the philosopher that basically created the transmutation circles, and was the first ever person to actually use the philosopher's stone, as that what he named after him. Well, his philosopher title, of course. Now, throughout history, these stones have been used in war. People have been taught alchemy without the stones. And people that were lucky enough to even gain the stones have been able to cast any sorts of, they've been able to cast alchemy without even having to make a transmutation circle. People have been really sneaky within their combat, placing down transmutation circles for traps, or just keeping a paper on them with a transmutation circle on them the whole time, or wearing gloves, or having them on weapons, basically imprinting them onto them. Now, during history, development, building for building, it wouldn't really be helpful, but there wouldn't be that much golden ages. If you didn't know what a golden age is, it's basically a time of peace, or basically wealth, or whatever, people make things, There would be a growing group within these golden ages and during wars. This group was unknown, but they only know that 2 people have philosopher's stones in this group, and that's all they know. And so, we shall fast forward. I'm not sure if I should, but we shall fast forward to present day of, almost the birth, about to be the birth of Naruto. Now, right before Naruto was gonna be born, Minato and Kushina were gonna try something. They were going to do transhuman mutation. When Naruto found the Philosopher's Stone that they found from a raid after they did a raid on some like a bandit town. But when Naruto went on a mission for, of course, he found the Philosopher's Stone, and there was a myth that you were able to gain knowledge from the Philosopher's Stone. So they would draw the transhuman mutation circle. Minato, he would hesitate at first, as he knows this is forbidden and dangerous. It is a chance. That's what he heard. But he's taking the risk anyways. So, after drawing the circle and clapping his hand together, an eye would appear growing out of the floor. Keep in mind, this is pregnant Kushina, soon later about to give birth, of course. Well, soon later already about to give birth. Now, we see that these tentacle things just grab onto Minato and Kushina, and they both get dragged both into the same area where they see this god or whatever. He's floating, he has orbs on his back, and he just started to shapeshift, and he turned into Minato, but in Minato's eyes he sees himself, but in Kushina's eyes she sees herself. Now, this god or whatever, he would explain to them, well, you come to seek knowledge, you have, but you won't gain any. Well, one person will, but not both of you. No, of course not. They will both wonder what they mean. What does this god mean? Until they would look at Naruto and realize that, wait, he's too young. Wait, what? Damn it, we should have done this. Nope, it's too late. It's time for the exchange. Minato and Kushina would actually both die. And so, this god, whatever, would decide, this Philosopher's Stone still has some juice left in it. I guess I'll use it, but not sure why they'll use the Philosopher's Stone for transhuman mutation, though. Interesting. These stones are really powerful. Well, they're kind of like my creation or whatever. So, interesting. And this what if, yes, you know what you heard, and yeah, you know how the story's about to go. Now, I still kind of keep it in like a village style, but for the sake of it, there would have been an explosion. It's like a huge explosion. And so, like, it's like Naruto's like house would just start growing out into like a solid like a pathway just going around the city. Of course, Fate Alchemist. Oh my goodness. No. Minato is just a regular alchemist, right? Not like, I'd probably give him Fate Alchemist, but like, nah. But like, alright, he's a really good alchemist, alright? Like, state level, I'm gonna say state level, but like, not state level, not a state alchemist, though. I'm kind of confused on my knowledge, right? I'm sorry. So, it was like a pathway just growing around the leaf village. Now, the Hokage, he would actually see this, and he would have been confused. Now, from the Philosopher's Stone, I'm basically kind of reenacting like the first episode. Now, he's basically about to like take on the whole village, covering it in ice. Now, of course, alchemists from all over the village or some nearby would get ready to action, trying to take down this ice pill or whatever. Of all the attacks they got. Even Bernhardt, yes, I'm adding him in the story. If I'm saying his name correctly. He tried to punch it over and over and over. Denting it a lot, actually. But not getting close to actually fully breaking it. They would then see a red glowing, look like a shaped orb inside of it. And Hiruzen would actually have an idea. So then, he would use his alchemy just to get up there. With Bernhardt, of course. And so they'll start punching in that one area. This would be a really weak area. So then, Hiruzen would clap his hands together with his gloves on, of course. And he would basically put his hands on the ice. Well, he put his hands on the ice and basically start burning through it like it's a beam of fire, but it's just really like a flame, this flame of fire shooting at it. This would weaken the ice a lot while they're still getting pushed back. They would still hold on before they fall to their demise. Bernhardt would go in there, smash the ice, and take out the stone. Once they did that, they were about to fall, but it stopped. The sun rose in the sky, and the ice melted to the floor, evaporating with smoke. Now, Hiruzen then realized that, wait, Minato! And this would have, Hiruzen actually trained Minato, and so he realized that this came from Minato's house. Now, they would go see, and it would see Naruto on the floor. He's fully aware of he's kind of fully aware of his surroundings. As everything's just, what the heck? And he looks at the floor pattern. He's crying a bit, but he looks at the floor pattern and he looks, human transmutation. His head will hurt even more, making it so, Naruto would just start crying again as his head still hurts from this experience, of course. So then Hiruzen would actually take Naruto and rush over, using some alchemy, rush over to the nearest hospital and try to get him at least medical attention, of course, because this man basically has already been born. So now, Naruto, he would actually be raised by Hiruzen. Now the next day, actually, they would look in the house and they would see some remnants of human transmutation, but it doesn't look like that at all. It doesn't really look like that because of the wreckage. They try to piece the pictures or things together, but they can't quite seem to figure out why or how this happened, as the chalk piecings are just gone. They've been wiped out. And so basically Hiruzen would be taking care of Naruto at a young age, but Naruto would basically be smart so much in alchemy. Whenever Hiruzen would try to go and teach Naruto about alchemy, Naruto would already know what this was, or the advanced version of it. He would be surprised, but this would just be leading more to the fact that Minato committed human transmutation. Now, of course, why didn't I take any limbs from Naruto? That would have been pretty cool. I actually thought about it, but because there's 2 sacrifices instead of 1. No, it's 2 sacrifices instead of okay, you know how in the original anime, spoiler warning, of course, it was Eric and Anderson, whatever, right? So basically, it was 2 of them, so they both lost something, right? So because it was actually 3 people, I made it so Minato and Kushina would both die, and Naruto would keep his limbs intact. If you want me to change something in the future, or make him so his arm just goes completely numb, and so they'll have to amputate it and give it they'll have to give it a prosthetic. Tell me what's in the future, but yeah. Now, they would finally come up to the conclusion when Naruto was at least 4 or 5 years old that Minato committed transhuman mutation, as they wouldn't really keep this, like, they wouldn't really keep it out to the public, as they'll make it until like Naruto ages up to the proper age. They would enroll him into the academy to basically learn some basic alchemy. All right. Well, to kind of be teached how to. Well, he knows everything, but like they'll put him into the academy just because he needs like the actual learning, education part of it, even though he is smart. Now, of course, this is gonna be a one shot, to be honest. This is basically a one shot. Remember that, because like I have to make up like a whole new like complete story basically. All right. So if this video gets like a ton of support, I'll definitely continue the series. Now, from this, Naruto will be at the school. From when they look at Naruto from the school, Naruto would actually, alright, I'm gonna give him, Aronson, Aronson, dang it. I'm gonna give him the drip, bro. Just look on screen, you already know what I mean. I'm giving him the red, black, silver gray drip. The drip is sheesh. Anyways, he's gonna have that. Naruto's gonna have not a cult following, but a really massive popular following. He would actually get Alchemist Rookie of the Year. Now, because like the second top best person in the classroom is actually this kid named Sasuke. There is no Uchiha clan, so Itachi is still alive in this one. Madara will just be like someone, alright? He'll be like someone. They're basically like Madara's like a family member to them, alright? Basically he's a family member to them, alright? Now, Itachi is actually a state alchemist. So he usually actually trains Sasuke whenever he actually gets the chance to. And I'm really sorry for the movement in the background. I'm just trying to make sure my thing charges for school, because you know I gotta walk there. You already know. It's a struggle, alright? I'm very sorry for the audio, alright? I'm talking to the mic. You would not be hearing this, alright? I'm really sorry. Now, years would go by. Naruto basically, like, he even outclasses the teacher in combat prowess, and it's in alchemy. He doesn't even have to use his he knew alchemy. Wait, no, he knew alchemy. So in the anime, because he knew alchemy, he didn't have to use like a transmission circle. So, but did that only regard to his hand, his like prosthetic? No, never mind. Alright, so basically, Naruto actually used his alchemy without even having to use like a transmission circle. Now, people actually be shocked by this. Some people feel like they have like invented it into his skin, but Itachi would actually know this, and he would actually tell Sasuke. Now, if I'm telling Sasuke this, Sasuke would actually be surprised and shocked that Naruto's parents actually committed, like they would actually commit that greatest sin an alchemist can do: human transmutation. Sasuke would be shocked, but he would still try and persevere through it to at least get better to be better than Naruto. So Sasuke actually started practicing in like combat, basically like fast-paced combat alchemy, anything that's like fast-paced movement where he can basically use on a spot. Now Sasuke, he could actually start like stacking papers into his pockets, right? So whenever he needs to do like a quick alchemy, with some quick alchemy draw or whatever, he takes out the paper, claps his hands, and then boom, does it. Now he wouldn't get gloves, as you basically need like you need to pass a test to actually use the gloves. Now, why, you may ask? Because why not? Now, yeah. Why do I say it's a village? I'm just gonna say it's a city, alright? Because like Full Metal Alchemist, yes, they got guns, alright? So I'm gonna say it's a city, and he's the city ruler. Okay, Haruzen's like basically the city ruler. Now please shut up. Anyways, so now Deku, I'm trying to like, does this boost the audio? I'm just asking. I'll probably be rewatching the recording, but like you understand what I'm trying to say, right? So basically, now it will actually be the graduation ceremony. This would be like, they would basically say, all right, show us one of the alchemy, on any like sort of alchemy that you've basically made. You have some chalk right there, yada yada. Show us any alchemy that you have basically made over the past years of being in the academy. Now, Sasuke would pull up, and this would actually, he would clap his hands together with the paper, right? And then like a stone, no, well, because of the environment, a wood, like a wood thing, like a wooden dragon head would appear, growing out a few, not inches, but length, alright? It would grow out, and it would aim down at the teachers. And so then, it's actually about to shoot fire. But, the teachers actually had this ready in hand. They basically have people in the background that are ready to cast any sort of like water or anything else to counter a move. Now, from this, the teachers would actually clap, saying that he's able to make a moving projectile move, and if he trains his move enough, he can make it so it can go out a bit longer. Like if he can clap his hands down, run away while this thing is growing in the ground, and it can chase its opponent, and then boom, shoots a fireball, like a heat-seeking, but basically heat-seeking fireball. It's pretty cool. Now, they would actually call up Naruto to go to the plate next. From this, Naruto, he would go up, and he would basically clap his hands together onto the floor, and well, here's what happened. The ground basically shaked for a second, and then spikes basically popped up from the floor in a mile radius. People were shocked. This happened like this. The people like from a mile radius from all over. People were shocked as they thought the spikes were actually gonna hit them, but it didn't. Reason being is that he made it so the spikes would avoid any living creature, or any living organism in the room. Now these spikes would actually start growing, extending, and turning. Of course, they got a 1 mile radius. Now, let's actually they'll go into the other classroom. Teacher would actually start yelling. Students would actually start yelling. It would even grow on the side of the building. Now, of course, he would basically stop it. Well, they would tell Naruto that you gotta clean it up later, but they would just get some people like to come over and like knock it down, whatever, you know what I'm trying to say. Whatever. Now, Naruto, being, well, clout, you know, he would like basically walk out knowing that he basically passed, but then he would encounter Sasuke. Sasuke would ask Naruto to a duel, and while that duel was about to happen, a white-haired man came out. Alright, I heard a 1v1 bet. We have Naruto, the top ranking cadet in the academy, versus Sasuke, the second ranking cadet. Go! Now, Naruto would put his hands to the ground while Sasuke puts his paper to the ground. They will both clap at the same time onto the floor. Now, if I remember correctly, Earth is weak to lightning. I forgot, alright? I forgot. Earth is weak to light. So, Naruto actually casts like a lightning, like a kind of like a lightning bolt out of the ground, basically shooting at like Sasuke's Earth defense. He could then do the same move that he did in the classroom with like the forwarding, like fire dragon missile seeking, whatever. Basically shooting it at Naruto. They then engage within like basically combat. They're basically hand-to-hand combat. Now, remember, it's not a proper what if this is a one shot. My info's kind of messed up basically from memory. But yeah, Thank y'all for watching this one-shot video. And if I get enough support on it, I will continue it. Now, see you guys, and peace.